Do you have people that inspire you for wellness? Well, I do, and for me, looking at them just gives me that validation that going through this journey of trying to be healthier and living in wellness is actually worth it. So here is my list of people, old people that actually do inspire wellness just by looking at them. You're able to say, you know what, I think this journey is something I want to take if I'm going to look like that, if I'm going to feel like that, if I'm going to be like that. So here's the list coming up now. So, the first person in our Ugandan list of old people that actually do inspire wellness is Joanita Kawalia. Now, Joanita Kawalia is 53 years old. Can you imagine? Look at that picture and tell me if you actually see anything about 53 on that lady. Well, she's been one of the people that has been a musician in this country for the longest time. She actually is a member of the longest playing musicians band in Uganda that's called Afrigo Band. She's married, she has children. She's just, just look at her and you see a baby's face, you see freshness, you see someone that actually does take the time out to take care of herself. So Joanita Kawalia does it for me. The second person on our list of Ugandan old people that actually do inspire wellness is Mike Mukula. Now, if you're a Ugandan, you'll know this guy because he's a prominent businessman. He also is a pilot and he's a politician. But that's not all. I mean, look at Mike Mukula. Now, what you have just seen, that man is 62 years old. So for someone to look like that at 62, I think life is not that bad, and that means I can definitely continue to go on this journey of wellness if I'm going to look like that at 62. So that's another person that definitely inspires wellness for me. One thing that I do see as he, carries himself is you see someone that actually takes his time to talk, to speak, and generally a person that doesn't rush themselves. I think they take it gentle with themselves, and that's probably one of his secrets to just, remaining well and healthy. So that's maybe something that we can try and copy and imitate and see if that will work for us as well. Number 3 is a phenomenal lady. She makes me feel like, wow, life is worth the sacrifice, and that is the one and only Jen Baine. Now, she's a Ugandan as well, a married lady. She has 5 children, and I haven't really zeroed down on what her age is because it's not out there, but from her story, she says she had her kids before 30, and then she opened up a wellness center that's called Sleek and Slender, a very nice prominent place actually in Nakasero in Uganda, that uses a twist of a different type of exercise, which is the toning tables, to be able to cater to all age groups of women, especially who are trying to get back their groove on, trying to get their form back on, and just keep themselves in wellness. So her center caters to the young, but it also does cater so very much to the older generation, because the toning tables are very easy to use, and they actually make sure that you're still keeping physically active and making those muscles move. So that is Jen Baine. She probably is between around 50 or anywhere around 60s as well from her story. So look at that person again and tell me if you see anything between 50 and 60. Now, that is a person that has taken the time out to take care of herself. And I know her on a personal basis actually, and from talking to her, the thing that I realize most about her is she's very deliberate, and she's principled about particular things about her lifestyle. Like, she'll tell you how she emphasizes waking up at 5 a.m. every morning. She has to read something before she goes to bed. She has never used, not never, but she stopped using artificial chemical in her hair. She doesn't use any heat treatments in her hair. It takes someone that has a little bit of a principled mentality to be able to keep up with those. And so I think that's her secret, just deliberately committing to particular guidelines for her own life that she knows will help her. And so I will copy that. I hope that helps me. You better as well. That's another person that really truly inspires wellness in Uganda. Number 4 is Maggie Chigozie. Now, Maggie Chigozie is a medical doctor. She's also a prominent, businesswoman and consultant in the country Uganda, and she does as well do a lot of sports because she is a sportswoman. And I think that could be one of the secrets about Maggie Chigozie that we actually should copy from her to inspire to be well, to live in wellness, because that lady, just looking at her, you are inspired for wellness. You can see someone that takes care of herself. You can see someone that takes the time out to pamper herself and cater to herself. I mean, she has this also tint of her hair that is just youthful and vibrant, and this lady is 70 years old. Can you imagine? Now, if I'm going to be able to look like that at 70, I want in on that secret. I want in on what she's doing, and I'm going to definitely do that as well. I think she basically keeps herself active, and she's not afraid to do, some youthful things that she knows are helpful for her. So that's one thing that I will also not be afraid to do. Being a sports person, I better figure out which sport I'm going to work on or start, seriously. Not just running around after the kids. Number 5, oh my god, I love this gentleman so much. He's called Waswalule, and he is 72 years old. Now, don't get me wrong, you will kind of tell that he's old because all his hair is not just gray, but white hair on his head. But just looking at him, you can see a fresh skin, it's not wrinkled, it's not anything. It looks well moisturized. He just looks well kept for his age. At that age of 72 years old, I think he looks fabulous. He's lean, he's trim, he's not big, there's no pot belly, he walks great. Jesus, I just do love Mr. Waswalule. He's actually a son of one of the former presidents of Uganda, that is Yusuf Lule. He's also been a politician. I don't know if he's retired now, but he's been a politician for a long time in the country Uganda. And I think one thing that he fronts a lot is that he actually lives a simple life, and I think that's what has kept him, in that state of wellness, because then you reduce on the pressures that come with competence, competing with others, comparing yourself to others, these things that really do not matter. So for him, it's keeping a simple lifestyle and just being, I guess, himself. And even when you see him talk, I've not met him personally, I hope I get to, but when you see him talk, he's not rushed by anything. He's really, he takes everything as it comes, I guess. And that's one thing that's so special about Mr. Waswalule. Mr. Waswalule also talks about the fact that he's a well-traveled person, and I think that's one of the contributors to wellness also for him, because you get to adventure and see new ways of life that you can adopt, things that will improve your health, things that will improve your mindset and your wellness. So I think that also has helped him. So for me, it's trying to learn how to live a humble life, and then also, traveling more, seeing the world outside my house more, because there's a lot to learn out there. So that was Waswalule. To be honest, I think he tops my list here. I'm just always in awe when I see him on TV, talking about this and that. I'm like, wow. First, put aside the politics you're talking about. How do you actually keep yourself looking like this? And, there's just that aura about him that's peace, which is awesome. Number 6 is a lady who is called Elizabeth Luanga. Now, she's a human rights activist, but I just saw her of recent, talking very passionately about how, some people are probably being tortured, or their rights are being violated. And for me, it was also, yes, listen to what she's saying, but just look at her and see someone. She's old, she's a senior citizen, you can definitely tell that, but you can see a skin that is almost flawless. Her hair it's not as thick as another young person, but you can see it's all there and it's well kept, and then even as she speaks, she takes her time. I think one thing I've noticed about all these people is, they're not rushed by life, and all the pressures that it comes with, and that might be something that we should also look into as we're talking about keeping ourselves in wellness and keeping ourselves looking hot and, you know, youthful even at a very old age. Because I also saw that with Elizabeth Luanga. Look at her and tell me if you would not want to be like that when you are, you know, older. I haven't been able to zero down on her age as well, but you can definitely tell she's an old person, but an old person that looks good. Wouldn't you want to be like that? Well, it's up to you. The last person on our list of Ugandans that are, you know, people that inspire wellness, as much as they are old people, they definitely do encourage us the young to just live in wellness, is Mr. Israel Mayengo. Now, he's old, you can tell he's old. I also wasn't able to get his age. These people don't really want to, you know, reveal their ages. I wonder why, but yeah. So you can tell he's old, but you see someone that's, you know, clean shaven, he takes care of himself, and guess what? This man owns a 28-roomed house. That must be a big space. And he's also been a legislator before in the country Uganda. But just looking at him tells you someone who thinks about their health, tells you someone who takes the time off, takes the effort out to just do the things that are good for their body, because it shows in their body. He looks lively, he looks healthy, he looks great, to be honest, at his age. And yet when you listen to his stories and his reflections of the things he has done and seen, he dates back to, you know, when Buganda was still in its really early, okay, not when it was really being created, because that's a really long time ago, but it dates back to a lot about the history of Uganda that, you know, is really so many years back, to be honest, way before I was born, probably when our parents were also really young. And he's talking about what he saw and, you know, what he was a part of. So you can tell he's an old person, he's a senior citizen, but he's one that is special because he takes care of himself. So did you love that list? Did you also get to feel the inspiration that I do from these people? Do let me know down in the comment section. If you did love the video, it's okay to like, no worries about it. Also do subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, that was my list of people that actually do inspire wellness for me in Uganda. And yeah, I'd love to hear yours. Who else inspires wellness for you at their age? Until next time in my next wellness adventure, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.